gosh! Roughing it out! Whoa!
This is absolutely unbelievable. Okay, just give him space.
Look at that. How many fish are in there?
Work together, come join us. We're rocking it out.
Welcome to Roughing It Out, the show that takes kids out of their tech-padded comfort zones and puts them back into nature.
And we do this by traveling the various provinces and extraordinary landscapes of our country, South Africa. Today, we continue the Northern Cape journey. But before we tell you more, let's take a look at what the Rough Kids did last week.
Last week, the Rough Kids started by saving water.
First to try fill up their buckets.
Die pyp het gaatjies ingehad en dan het elkeen van ons 'n baf gevat om die pypies toe te maak en het ons dit in die emmer gaan gooi.
Next up, they had to use tires and a pole to move across the course, and then they needed to build a stretcher and race an injured teammate across the field. Oh, the sneaky jackals fell off.
That's it, the Wild Eagles have finished claiming victory. And even though Charles proved that he was the fastest Rough Kid, the victory still went to the Wild Eagles.
Ons het eintlik geweet ons sal wen van die Sneaky Jackals het net een stage gewen en ons het 3 stages gewen. So ons was nie bekommerd geweest daaroor nie. En ons het gewen.
So after another crazy day, the score now stands on 30 points to the Sneaky Jackals, and the Wild Eagles are on 71. Whose game will it be today?
Teams, if there's just one thing you've learned from being on this show, it should definitely be that we are all responsible for help conserving our environment.
And today's challenges are all about making small and easy changes to use what we have wisely.
There will be 3 stages. At every stage, you will be briefed on what activity you need to complete. We will be on hand at every stage to help guide and assist you.
While previous challenges were all about speed and physicality, in today's challenges, you will be judged on how well you carry out instructions to complete today's activities.
Let's head off to your first stage. Teams must build a solar cooker using a tire, a pot, and a plastic cover. The team with the most effective solar cooker wins. In our homes, most of us use electricity, gas, kerosene, and sometimes wood for cooking. But these resources are scarce and can sometimes harm the environment.
This is why we thought we'd get you guys to use an alternative and readily available energy source for cooking, the sun.
Each of you will need to make a solar cooker with the items provided and that you will use for cooking.
In front of you are all your items and an instruction card. You'll be given 30 minutes to complete the stage. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Your challenge starts now.
Next, you have to paint the pot black so it can grab the sun in, because when it is not painted black, it won't cook, because it will reflect the light out. It won't reflect it in. So you have to paint it black so it can reflect it in. So rond.
Met die solar cooker moes ons eers die pot swart verf en ons moes die water met die rys en die boontjies ingooi. Na dit is dit al die goed ingegooi, dat is die pot opgesit. Dan het ons die tube rondom gesit, dan het ons die papier oorgegooi en na dit het ons almal die tafel gedraai en dit in die son gesit sodat die solar cooker kan kook.
Looks like the Sneaky Jackals are heading off into the sunset. After following a long list of instructions, the Sneaky Jackals are finally done with their solar cooker. Now they're off to find the hottest spot to make sure that their ingredients cook well.
Over at the Wild Eagles, things are going well and literally falling into place.
Ik denk ons het goed als 'n span gewerkt, want ons het mekaar gehelp en ons het alles mooi gedoen en ons het hier op mekaar gegil en sulke goeders.
Sneaky Jackals, is this the hottest spot you guys could find?
Yes.
Are you guys confident about your solar cooker?
No.
No!
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What? They seem to be a bit unsure, but now all we have to do is wait.
Die verskil tussen die Wild Eagles en die Sneaky Jackals se solar cooker was gewees. Die Sneaky Jackals was vinniger gemaak en dit was vinniger in die son gesit. Dit was beter gewees. En die Wild Eagles was 'n bietjie stadig en hulle het nie op tyd gewerk nie.
Before the break, the Rough Kids started building their own solar cooker.
Met die solar cooker moes ons eers die pot swart verf en ons moes die water met die rys en die boontjies ingooi.
After following a long list of instructions, the Sneaky Jackals are finally done with their solar cooker. Now they're off to find the hottest spot to make sure that their ingredients cook well.
Now, last week you guys learned all about how South Africa is a water-scarce country. Now, with the changing weather patterns, one of the biggest problems that we will face is less available water.
What this means is we will need to use less water or learn other ways to reuse water. In this stage, you guys will make a water filter that will be used to purify water.
You have been given all the items that you need and the instructions to complete this stage.
You have 30 minutes to complete this stage. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Your challenge starts now.
For stage 2, teams will need to make a sand water filler using the materials provided. The team with the cleanest filtered water will win this stage.
I've actually done a water filter before. I've done it at school.
The first thing we need to do was cutting the bottle. We have to cut it in half so we can use the top bottle. We have to turn it around and put it upside down. And when we were done with using that, we need to tie the piece of cloth under the bottle. We have let's say take a piece of rope and she just turned it 3 times, like 1, 2, and 3. And when she was done, we turned the bottle around. We put it upside down inside the other piece of bottle we just cut through.
Ik heb nog nooit een waterfilter gemaakt nie. En ik was ook nervous oor die challenge. Maar gelukkig het Raylene en Jeggie dit al gedoen. Maar daar was nog steeds een beetje strijderij, want die een zei nee, dit moet gedaan worden en dan zei die nee, dit moet gedaan worden.
Raylene looks like she knows what she's doing.
By die stasie was het glad nie moeilik nie, omdat ek het al voorheen by die skool as 'n projek gedoen het en ek het presies geweet hoe moet die laagies wees en hoe skoon die water moet eintlik uitkom. So dit was glad nie moeilik vir my gewees hè.
1, 2, 3. Okay. If we were putting the smaller pebbles inside, and then when we were done doing that, we read in the step frame. Then say instructions. We have to put river sand. We have to put river sand inside. And we didn't use all of the river sand, and we were just throwing the river sand inside. And it was just halfway.
Ons het samengewerkt en ons het die filter mooi gemaakt en dat is reg geweest.
Die instructies het ons reg gelees en presies gedoen wat dit gestaan het, maar Ons het dalk nie stap vir stap die proses gedoen nie.
The Wild Eagles were doing well, with Raylene giving her team very strict instructions as they near completion.
Ons het maar net saam gewerk, maar Raylene net 'n bietjie kwaad geraak, maar toe gaan ons maar weer verder in. Want ek weet die stres baie van het werk stadig ook.
Okay guys, how's this water filter going? It's good. You ready to pour in your water?
Kan ek dit op die klip gooi? Ja, gooi.
Ons wag. Kijk al gewoon terug.
Die water skoonmaak challenge was vir baie interessant want dit is interessant om te sien dat charcoal water kan skoonmaak.
The Wild Eagles are waiting in anticipation to see if their water will be filtered.
Kijk, ik heb hier nog meer gooi. Meer is genoeg. Kijk. En nou die water wat onderkom, het ons niet kookt voor 5 minuten en dan kan ons het drinken. Just last time. I see the bottle fell. It was tipping over. And at that moment we just felt, oh no, not again. It happened a lot of times. And then I heard one of the representatives say, there's more time, we can start over.
Gelukkig het ons nie ons hele goede opgebruik soos die klei, die riviersand en die klippe en goede. Het ons die allemaal opgebruik, so ons het dit weer oorgemaak.
Gooi die klip in, Jan.
So under Lesedi's leadership, the Sneaky Jackals rebuilt their water filter in quick time. Let's hope their water comes out clean.
Okay.
Weer laat dit van weer val. Sit maar daar.
Dat moet ons nog doen.
Guys, are we done?
Yes.
We followed all the steps?
Yes.
So all we need to do is wait for the water to filter down.
Yes.
Are you guys confident?
Yes.
After following through the instructions very carefully, the Sneaky Jackals are finally done doing their water filter. All we need to do right now is wait and see what happens.
Well done. You guys have reached the third and final stage of this challenge. In this stage, you will need to plant a tree nursery.
Trees provide shade for plants, animals, and even us humans. We all need to plant at least 2 trees per year because that's what every person uses in one way or another.
And think of fruit trees. They provide food as well. So this challenge really goes a long way in helping the earth, and it's something that we can all do.
Guys, by now you know the drill. We've given you guys a set of instructions and all the items you need.
But we don't only want you to plant 1 tree. We want to see how many trees you guys can plant in just 15 minutes. For stage 3, the teams will build a tree bottle nursery using the resources provided. The team to build the most nurseries in the allocated time will win.
On stage 3 we het to make a nursery tree. Ons het 8 bottels gehad en sade gehad en as ons water gehad en kunstmis gehad also.
Ooh, roughing it out. Works with cow poo. I felt excited because I did plant trees before. And I was sure we could win this stage. Put it back.
So how's everything going now?
Good.
What are you guys doing?
Beautiful. First on, we have to cut the bottles.
Okay.
That's what we're doing right now. After that, we need to put soil in it.
Okay.
And then we are poking holes in it so we can plant 2 seeds in the bottle. And when we're done, we need to give it water. Okay, I'll water it.
The Sneaky Jackals are working really well together. It's a full-on production here.
Stop. Niet bijna.
En die die challenge moes ons bottels vat en in die middel omknip. En dan moes ons soil binne gegooi het en put in 'n put ingesit het. Dan moes ons dit weer toegemaak het en 'n bietjie water gegooi het. En dan moes ons die bottel se bokant weer toegemaak het en dit rondom toegesel het.
Ek het baie goed oor hierdie challenge gevoel want toe ek hoor ons gaan oor dit gaan oor plante. Toe dink ek maar ons gaan goed daarin doen want my ouma het nou baie geleer om te plant. So toe ken ek het al geweet wat om daarop te doen en dit was baie lekker, ek het dit baie geniet.
So the wild eagles have planted all their seeds. Now all they need to do is reattach the bottles.
The rough kids are all enjoying themselves and they are doing their bit for nature. Good job, guys. Just one more bottle to go. One more bottle to go.
Ek was baie confident want ons het geglo dat ons dinge reg
Are you
is
done?
en dat ons saam gewerk het.
And just like that, the Sneaky Jackals are done with the final stage. Now we have to wait for the results. Nice one, guys.
Ek dink ons samewerking was 'n bietjie goed, dit het 'n klein bietjie verbeter, maar die stryery het nog glad nie verbeter nie. Maar ons samewerking het 'n klein bietjie, soos ek gesê het, 'n klein bietjie verbeter. Raylene het die kaart tot die einde toe gelees nie, want ons moes die plantjies in die son sit en sy het vir ons so gesê nie.
Ek het die challenge baie geniet want dit was lekker en ek het al geweet wat om te doen en ons het lekker as 'n span ons het lekker saamgewerk as 'n span daar.
The wild eagles have worked so well as a team and they have successfully completed this challenge, all with 5 minutes to spare. Before the break, the teams got busy making a water filter.
I've actually done a water filter before. I've done it at school.
Ek het nog nooit 'n waterfilter gemaak nie. En ek was ook nervous oor die challenge.
Let's catch up with them as they continue.
So after completing the 3 stages, teams will be judged to see whose environmental solutions work best. Teams will be judged on workmanship, quality, and how well it works. So it looks like the Northern Cape sun is against us, so we're going to have to judge this one on quality.
Sure, so we started off with the Sneaky Jackals. I like what the Sneaky Jackals did. They first started with painting their pot black. While it dried out, they carried on with their structure. So it looks pretty cool.
Nice, good. And their taping is also very good.
The plastic is nice and compact, so
It
air
is.
can't go in or out. So yeah,
Overall, a good job.
good job.
All right, let's see how the wild eagles did.
Sure.
What do we think? There's a few gaps in the taping here, so
Yes.
air might get in.
Yes, definitely.
It's pretty secure though.
It is because the pot is kind of holding on tight to the cube.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, overall, a good job as well.
Yes.
There's just a pity about the taping.
Unfortunately. So we're giving it to the Sneaky Jackals.
I think so. All right, Kukle, shall we
Yeah.
judge their water filters?
Let's go for it.
So it looks like they've got all their layers right.
Yes, I can see everything pretty clearly.
How did the Sneaky Jackals do?
The Sneaky Jackals structure of the water filter is pretty close to what we gave them.
Yes.
So props for that. And also, let's try to see if their layers are as clear as the wild eagles.
I can see a layer.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I prefer the wild eagles over the Sneaky
Yes,
Jackals.
but their structure is definitely better.
Yes.
Okay, shall we test the water?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. It's definitely cleaner than before. Oh, it looks like the Sneaky Jackal's water is a lot cleaner than the Wild Eagles.
It does.
All right.
So it does. Would you drink it?
I'm not so sure about
You
that.
wanna go for it?
But cheers to that. So it looks like the wild eagles and the sneaky jackals both managed to plant more than one bottle. They reached their target, most definitely.
The only difference is the sneaky jackals managed to find a hot spot to put their cheese in.
Also, the sneaky jackals completed their challenge before the wild eagles did. So I think we're going to have to give it to them.
Even though it was a very close call.
It was.
I don't know, guys. I don't know how you do it. With everything thrown at you, you always seem to rise to the challenge.
And today was tough. It was a lot different from any of the other challenges you guys have done, but once again, your team spirit prevailed.
But I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear us go on and on and on. So, Katie, should we tell them how they did?
Absolutely. So in the first stage with the solar cooker, the sneaky jackals, yours was much more secure, so you won that stage. In the second stage with the water filter, both teams did very, very well. Your layers were beautiful and your water came out cleaner than before. But the sneaky jackals, your water was cleaner. In the third stage, when planting a tree nursery, both teams performed very well. But the sneaky jackals, you finished first, so you won that challenge, making you today's overall winners.
We were very happy that we won all the stages because we haven't won in a long time and we didn't give up hope. We just hold on and we thought we would win again, so we won.
Congratulations, sneaky jackals. You've earned yourselves 10 rough points.
Toen ons uitvind dat ons verloor, was het eigenlijk al vir my baie sad geweest, omdat ons baie hard gewerk het aan die 3 stasies. Maar terselfdertyd het ek ook gedink dat die sneaky jackals dit ook verdien, omdat hulle baie hard gewerk het as 'n span. En hulle se filter het op 'n tyd omgeval.
And all the stages in this challenge was fun for me because everything has taught me something and learned me something, and now I know if I go home and my parents say to me if I learned something, I would tell them what I've learned from this challenge, and that is a very fun experience for me.
So while the rough kids go clean up their stations, why don't we take a look at the scoreboard?
So after lots of fun and learning, it was the sneaky jackals' hands-on approach that saw them rake in 10 rough points, putting them on 40 points, with the wild eagles still ahead on 71.
It's been a busy day for the rough kids, and next week promises even more excitement as the rough kids take on even greater adventures.
So tune in next week to see what new encounters the rough kids will have to face.
Next week on Roughing It Out.
The challenge, the presenters just showed us fish. Look at this for 15 seconds. And then you just turn it around and you need to draw the fish.
So Charles over-exaggerated the eyes. Rough kids will need to make their own fishing rod and catch some fish.
Ons het mielies gekry vir die vis om te eet. Maar ek het gesien, hier geëet die mielies. Toe we gaan eet, ek sê maak die mielies. En hier is het koud dan nou so lekker die mielies.
Everyone is so quiet, hoping to not scare the fish away. I hope they can catch a fish.
Congratulations,